Hey, so this is a camera that I wanted to show because I haven't seen a lot of, at least video documentation on this particular camera, and it's a neat camera. And this is one that I've decided to get rid of just because I don't use it enough, and I'd like it to go to someone who will actually use it. But this is a very cool little camera. This is a medium format folding camera. This is a Mamiya 6. This is one of the earlier versions. I think I figured out maybe it was the second version, but don't quote me on that. And you know, there were many versions of the Mamiya 6 up until I think the into the 90s. And those are the ones that are super nice and have interchangeable lenses, and just they go for a lot of money these days. But this is still a really nice camera, and it's one that I think is a really good option for people who want to try medium format on a more of a budget. These tend to go for $100 or $200, depending on the condition. Sometimes if you hunt around, you can find them cheaper, but this is just a neat camera. And so this little silver button here, this is how you release the front of the camera, and it unfolds. And you see you've got bellows here. In the lens here, you have a, what is that? A 7.5 centimeter, so 75 millimeter f3.5 lens. It's got a leaf shutter here. And this is a rangefinder focusing camera. You can see the viewfinder here, and the rangefinder is here. And that is controlled with, on the back of the camera, this little wheel here. Now, normally, most cameras that have bellows like this, when you're focusing, you're going to see the lens moving in and out because that's how you focus, is changing the distance between the film plane and the lens. But with this camera, the way that it focuses, it's not moving the lens, as is more typical and frankly simpler. When you focus this, see if I can change the angle here, it's actually moving the film plane back and forth. So that's achieving the same thing as moving the lens, but it's a little more complicated. Honestly, I'm not sure why they decided to do it this way, but it's cool. And when you load the film, you bring up the pressure plate here. The film roller is going to start over here, and then it's going to go to the empty spool on the left side. You close this up, and then lock it here, and you advance the film with this. And one interesting thing about this is you see that lever there. This automatically indexes your frames. So with a lot of older cameras, you would just use the little red window and watch the numbers changing on the film backing. But this one, it actually does it automatically. And then of course you take the picture, and then after that you release it, and then you wind on until it has gone the correct distance to get to the next frame. And so that's kind of an interesting set of features. And when you're focusing here too, maybe a little hard to see, but in this little window here, that is going to show you your distance. So you've got the infinity symbol here, and then close focus is down to about 1 meter. And it's just a delightful little camera. I mean, this is not big, right? This is, I mean, for a medium format camera especially, this is a small camera. I mean, just for comparison, here is a pretty compact Pentax 35 millimeter camera. And of course, yeah, it's taller because the film is taller, but you know, it's not that much bigger. The cat wants to say hello. What's up, buddy? Okay, but anyway, but this, you know, and it's got, as I said, like a leaf shutter here, which you cock here. And so then when you press the shutter, it fires, of course. And this has shutter speeds from bulb up to 1/500th of a second, which is pretty decent. And then you've got aperture from wide open f3.5 all the way down to f22. And then, you know, when you're done shooting, you just, if you have the cap, use it. This is cool. It's got, this is the original cap, and you can see the typography on there is wonderfully almost Art Deco. It's really nice. And so that just, fits on there. And then here on this part of the folding mechanism, you're just going to press in towards the camera body on both sides, and it folds. And that's just cool. And this one, when I picked this up, I was lucky because it did have the original leather case, but it had not been taken care of and it just kind of disintegrated. It did come with an original filter, yellow filter from Kenko, which is still a company, I believe. And this fits on, it's not threaded, it's just friction fit, just like the cap, and you just pop it on like that. And you can use that just by itself, but this also has the original lens hood, right? And this, with or without the filter, you just slip it on, and then there's a little screw here that you tighten, and that's what keeps it on. So it's all friction fit, and it's, you could even just keep the filter on the hood if that's how you want it to work. But as I said, this can work with or without the filter, and that helps reduce lens flare, which is, I think, especially important with an older lens like this, because at this point the coatings on lenses weren't super amazing, and so they were more prone to flare, lower contrast, and so this helps to compensate for that somewhat, especially if you're shooting in a situation where you've got light that's coming more or less directly towards the camera. With some of these, unfortunately, the bellows have degraded somewhat. This one, the bellows are in really good shape. In fact, the optics in this are great. I've run some rolls of film through here, and the results were quite nice. Lens, super nice and clean. Rangefinder works well. The rangefinder patch is, it's not super bright, but it's plenty bright for practical use. And like, you'll also find sometimes some small damage on these things. Like this one, it's got a small crack in the glass in the viewfinder. Doesn't affect performance at all. So if you see something like that, you probably don't have to worry about it. But this is a really cool option for people who want to try medium format, but don't want to be spending an absolute ton of money on something that they're not quite sure that they're going to do. But it's also good because, I mean, it's just a good camera in general. And this compactness, this form factor, is really nice because it folds. Again, let me compare it to this Pentax. It's, when it's folded, it's not really any thicker than most 35mm SLRs. And that's really cool. And so, like, you can put this in a coat pocket. I mean, it's not light. It's definitely not a featherweight option. There are lighter medium format cameras out there, but not by much. But this is a really great option. I really recommend it. It's nice, and and of course you got the cold shoe on top, so you can put an accessory there if you want. You got a tripod mount off center on the bottom. But yeah, that is an early Mamiya 6. It's a great camera. So if you want to try medium format and you're looking for a budget option that's still decent, keep an eye out for one of these. I recommend it.